Namaste. In today's topic, I'd like to talk about the pain one experiences in a Kundalini awakening process. It could be the physical pain, or it could be the emotional or the mental pain. Why do we experience this pain? There are blissful states also in a Kundalini awakening process. So, what is the difference between this pain and bliss? Are there any similarities between them? Is what I'm going to talk about today. In a Kundalini awakening process, it is normal to experience pain. Pain at the physical level, the emotional level, the mental level. This pain is so intense, it is so dense that we are not able to focus on our normal life like others around us. Especially when somebody is undergoing a Kundalini awakening, the early stages of the process where the 3.5 coiled snake at the base of the spine is about to release, open up, and move up the spine. Few years prior to that, and few years after that, we experience intense pain, especially women when they're having the Kundalini awakening process in their body. Their menstrual cycles are extremely painful. They have to deal with other issues when with regard to their menstrual cycle. Sometimes it stops for a longer period of time. Ever since my teenagers, that is from my 15 to 16 years old of age, I was experiencing some kind of inner disconnectedness, a kind of inner pain, but I could not make sense of this pain. It was there lurking in the background, but I was too young to understand it, but it had a major effect on my life. My Kundalini awakening happened in 2011, but about 4 to 5 years before that, I started experiencing a lot of heat in my body. I was experiencing a lot of physical pain for various reasons, apart from the other symptoms that are there, that is severe cold, frequent fevers, many other symptoms which are associated with the process. The kind of pain I went through was intense pain, and I could not understand why I had to undergo this pain. There was no reason for this pain. Now I was experiencing this pain at the physical level, the emotional, and the mental level. There was a lot of heat in the body. I was having dreams where I was seeing volcanoes, I was seeing fires, I was seeing snakes throwing out fires from their mouth, snake biting. It did not make sense until 2011 when I had a Kundalini awakening and I saw the 3.5 coiled snake first time in my third eye. So the real pain and heat in the body can start much before the process starts. Now, how much pain a person will experience depends on how intensely that process is unfolding in his body. For me, it is happening in one lifetime. So the intensity of the process is very high. For somebody who's undergoing this process over 2 or 3 lifetimes, will feel that intensity at a lesser level. Somebody with a top down awakening, it is where the cosmic pranic flow is moving from the top and going into the body. For them, generally, they don't experience much pain. There are few who experience various levels of pain in that top down awakening also. I've done a video on top down awakening earlier. If you do not understand what it is and how it is different from a down up Kundalini awakening, I'll post a link to that in the description box. Please watch it. The level of pain that one experiences in a top down awakening is less when compared to somebody who's undergoing a down up Kundalini awakening. The reason why we experience this intense heat And the pain is because the nadis, that is the pranic flow in our body, is trying to clear away the blocks in various psychic channels that are there in our body. Our conditioning, our ideas, thoughts, beliefs, our karma, they all are debris that are there and that they are not allowing the life force to flow through our body. So first this psychic debris has to be cleared. Once this psychic debris is cleared out of your psychic channels, that is when the pranic energy can move through it. When the pranic flow, it is trying to clear away the blocks in your various nadis. It is burning away the karmic impressions that are there. It is clearing away your personality, your thoughts, your behaviors, which are there stored at the cellular level as cellular memory. Everything is getting cleared away, and this purifying fire of Kundalini is burning away all the debris. It is releasing you from a lower vibration so that you can move up into a higher vibration. When this is happening, everything that is there is coming out to be cleared. It is coming to your conscious awareness so that you will clear it. All painful memories, all those situations that angered you, all your inadequacies, everything is just coming out to be cleared away. The most difficult thing to deal with is the trauma. If somebody's undergone a lot of trauma in life, it becomes very difficult to deal with the trauma and to integrate that experience and use that experience to transcend your ego. For example, say if you are caught up in a thought and that thought is keeping you trapped in anger or resentment, simultaneously you experience that the pranic energy is trying to push through a particular block in your nadi. Say, for example, you have pain in the back at a particular spot, and the pranic energy is trying to clear away that block there. So it is pushing through that block, and you experience a lot of back pain in that region. At that very same time, this past painful experience keeps flashing in your mind. A person is generally not realizing at this point that this thought is connected with that pain in the back. That thought is become a psychic block in the back. So when Kundalini is trying to work through it, to open it, that thought will flash in your mind. That anger, that resentment, which that experience has brought within you, that energy is there. So when that thought flashes on your mind, instead of going back into that anger or that resentment, reliving it, if you allow the pain to teach you a lesson, that is, if you step back from reacting to that thought to seeing what you can learn from that thought. For example, this thought could be teaching you something about how people of certain type behave. And because you have not learned that lesson, you're again attracting those same type of negative people into your life. Once you step back and watch your thought, you realize that there are lessons to be learned from it. And when you learn the lesson from that thought, the block in your back gets removed, and that pain that you're experiencing for many days in your back, it vanishes. It vanishes because you have learned from that painful situation. If I come back to my experience, my awakening happened in 2011, but from 2008 itself, I was experiencing severe transmutation heat in my body. It was like my body was burning. It felt like burning snakes crawling all over me. I was experiencing severe amount of pain, unbearable amount of pain. In fact, I had no respite from this pain for many years together. When I would touch myself like this, also I would experience severe pain. It was like I only knew pain and nothing else. I did not understand at that point why I had to undergo all that in a Kundalini awakening. But later on, I realized that until a person does not experience the depth of pain, the depths of the heat or inner fire, he cannot transcend the ego. Transcending the ego is difficult. We are wired that way. So, to break the inner wiring and to construct a new wiring where we are able to transcend the ego, this transmutation phase is required. Even to purify gold, you have to burn it. So, this is something like that. Especially when you study the brains of philosophers or great poets, you will see that their brain is designed differently. There are certain parts of the brain that are more developed than a normal person's brain. And because of that, these people can really experience the depth of pain, the depth of any emotion. And because they can experience the depths of emotions, they are very sensitive, they have a sensitive nervous system, and such people are prone to spiritual awakenings. The person who can understand pain will understand what bliss means, because the other side of pain is bliss. The pain that happens at the level of ego, it does not lead to bliss. It actually keeps the person caught up in this temporary bubbles of joy, temporary bubbles of external stimulation, which people think are happiness and joy. It just keeps that person trapped at that level. But the kind of pain, the kind of depth somebody who is spiritually evolved experiences, that on the other side is the bliss that one experiences when they are in oneness or when they are experiencing unity within their body. So, how long does a person experience this pain in the Kundalini awakening process? In my case, and speaking to few others, I realized that that heat, extreme heat that is there in the bodies, you come out of it once Kundalini has moved through the Manipura chakra. The heat goes away, the body cools down. At this level, the heat is gone, but the pain continues. It can actually aggravate at this level for some time. And once Kundalini changes its residence from the Muladhara chakra to the Vishuddhi chakra, once this happens, the pain starts subsiding. I can say that nearly 90% of the pain does subside over a period of time. Then maybe at a point in time we get used to pain. So after experiencing tremendous amount of pain, when most of it is gone and a little is left, we no longer see it as pain. So we get immune to pain. We are no longer looking at life or experience as painful or as pleasurable, because at this point we have transcended that idea. Because the brain is uniting, the left and right brains are uniting. We have a similar approach towards pain and towards the pleasure, because they are two sides of the same coin. We understand this. But after Kundalini crossed my Manipura chakra, it was moving up to the upper chakras, my mental and emotional kriyas increased a lot. But psychological issues were too much for me to handle. It was like there was an inner narcissist sitting in my head and constantly tormenting me. That torment was 24 hours. I did not know where to run, because you can run away from a person who is external to you, who is trying to trouble you. But if that person is sitting inside your head, where will you go and hide? That was my predicament. And I had to put up with this. I had to stay in that zone and go through it for many years. This was the most difficult period for me. And this I crossed when Kundalini crossed the Talu chakra and moved up. All I can say is that all that many years of pain where I had no respite, physical, mental, emotional pain, all this pain developed immense patience in me. It gave me immense respect to value the small things I had in life. I understood that all this pain was coming out so that the karmic baggage in my body gets cleared away, and this pain is more like a stepping stone towards achieving a higher level of unity with the divine. There is a link between pain and bliss. When somebody experiences intense amounts of pain, at the end of the process, they experience that same intense amount of bliss. In a top down awakening, as I said earlier, it may or may not be painful. A Kundalini awakening is painful. You have to put up with it. You have to surrender to that pain. But a top down awakening can be painful, or it may not be that painful, or maybe some level of pain could be experienced by that person. Now, how much bliss that person experiences in that process depends on how much pain they have experienced. If the pain is less, then the bliss will also be less. If they've experienced more pain, then the other side of the coin, the bliss experience will also be high. But why do we experience pain in our awakening process, and that too over many years, prolonged process? It happens to you because your container is getting prepared to take in the higher energy. A normal person operates at a lower vibrational state. As long as he's in the lower vibrational state, he is caught up in external drama. The fire that works through the body, the Kundalini energy, is transmutational energy. It is transmuting everything that is lower in vibration to higher in vibration. When this transmutation is happening, we are experiencing a lot of pain, physical, mental, and emotional pain. If we are open to learning from painful situations too, if we are using painful situations to grow, then we learn faster, we grow faster. As we evolve faster, this pain will become a teacher. The pain still persists, but our resistance to pain, our resistance to grow is what creates more pain. It increases the intensity of pain. The most important thing that we have to understand here is that we have to surrender to the goddess. She knows what she is doing. Even when you surrender, you will experience pain. Not that you will not experience pain. But you're not resisting the pain here. You're allowing the pain to work through your body. When you have knowledge on this topic, you understand what is happening within your body, you will no longer fear the pain. You know that at the end of this painful process, you will be cold because it is purifying away all that unnecessary debris in your body. You will be your best version. Once you understand that, you will be more open to pain. And once you are more open to pain, your brain stops separating situations as painful and pleasurable. You learn to accept any situation with equanimity. That is the lesson to be learned here. And once you start accepting every situation, good, bad, painful, pleasurable, with equanimity, you have transcended the ego to some extent. Every person experiences pain during their lifetime because of certain situations, certain people. They come into your life, they make your life a hell, or maybe the society has certain norms, certain situations which are not in favor to you, which cause you trauma and pain. So every person on earth experiences pain, trauma. They feel that they are a victim of situations. that injustice has been done to them. They hold this resentment. This is normal. But how do you use these experiences? How do you use your pain, your resentment, your anger? How do you use it, and what are you doing in return is what decides whether you're evolving or devolving. Say, for example, somebody has met with a lot of injustice. So that injustice has caused that person a lot of mental agony. For that reason, they will hate a section of people who have caused that injustice to them. They see themselves as a victim. So, in return to those experiences, they are giving out hatred. They are always cruel to others because they see themselves as victims. They think that even others have to be victimized, and that is when they feel that justice has been done to them. So, what is happening here is they are expressing cruelty to the external world for whatever they've experienced. This is how a person in the lower ego operates. And they have their reasons to be cruel to the external world, but they will not have reasons to be kinder to the external world. But an evolved soul, if they too are put through the same situation, all this external injustice that was coming towards them, all that anger and resentment, these people use it differently. They understand the external world, they understand the people. He is able to see the shortcomings of his wrongdoers. He understands that they are not evolved enough to understand how their actions affect others. Because he can see this, he can easily forgive them, and he can use his inner pain and resentment to transmute his lower emotions into higher emotions. That is, in spite of receiving hatred from the external world, in return, this man, he can turn this hatred into love, understanding, empathy, acceptance, and give this to the external world. Now, this person has the ability to transmute the lower emotions into higher emotions. So, those people who are very sensitive in nature, who have well developed nervous system, who can experience the very depths of pain, the very depths of emotion, these people have gift, a gift which allows them to transmute their lower pain, their lower emotions, everything into higher states of wisdom, understanding, and enlightenment. When this person comes to his last lifetime, or when he has done learning all his lessons on earth, he has graduated the earth school, that is when the Kundalini awakening happens. There are certain tests, even on the path. You will have people who will come into your life, who will trouble you, who will bother you, who will insult you unnecessarily. These are all tests on the path. The divine is testing you to see whether you can withstand these tests, whether you can take in that resentment, that anger, and make something bigger out of it. Once you're able to do it, you will no longer see pain and pleasure as two different things. You know that they are the same thing but expressed differently. You will use your pain as stepping stones towards your higher nature. You will stop resisting pain here. You're open to pain. Once you're open to pain, once you surrender to a higher divine power, the pain no longer bothers you. And at a point, the pain turns into bliss. What do you do when you have pain in your Kundalini awakening process? Firstly, please understand that you should not resist it. The pain is there for a reason. Don't see it as something that has come into your life to trouble you. Accept it. Give it love. Let it work through your body. Be patient. It will build your inner power. In these situations, when you are in a lot of pain, spend time alone. Cut out unnecessary physically, mentally tasking activities out of your life. Cut away people who are toxic in nature from your life. Avoid situations, people, places who are of lower quality in nature. I mean, lower egoic in nature. They can have a negative effect on you. As such, you're sensitive to a lot of things in your life. You have an open energy system, so it is very important that you protect yourself. When you experience pain, see what thought is flashing in your mind, what past thought or what fear is coming to the surface to be resolved. See what you can learn from it. The faster you learn from it, the quicker the pain in your body will uh, get removed. If the pain is too much to handle, you can go in for massage or physiotherapy. You have these Chinese meridian points, certain kind of healing methods are there. You can try that. Go in for sea baths or uh, bathe in lakes and rivers where the water is nice, or have a nice cold shower, or sometimes you can have a cold shower alternated with a warm shower. Take magnesium to deal with your body pains. And if there is a friend or somebody who is trained in psychology, sit with them, talk about your fears to them. That way you resolve a lot of issues. I've made a video on healing the vagus nerve. I'll post a link to that video in the description box. Please go through it. You will understand the importance of vagus nerve when healing inner trauma. Once you accept pain and you work along with it, you are allowing the birthing of a new consciousness within you. This pain is not futile. My Kundalini awakening is very intense and it's happening in one lifetime. I had to deal with enormous amounts of pain. How I would deal with this pain was to focus my attention onto external worldly things for some time so that I would get respite from this pain. I would go out shopping or go out to watch a movie or play cards with my friends. Such activities gave me that little respite from the pain because now I was externally focused. The inner energy was also receding. But the moment I came back home and I was to myself, again the energy would push up and I would again have to deal with that pain. So there is no escape from the pain, I understand that. But the more you experience pain in life, the deeper you can experience the mental, emotional pain, the higher you evolve. That is what I've understood in my process. You become a very sensitive person. Your energetic field is more sensitive, and you are able to easily face painful situations and you're able to transmute that pain into something higher as love or as acceptance, and that helps you to evolve further. When you're able to see through the depths of pain, physically, mentally, emotionally, you've been through that, you know what it is, and you know how you move beyond that. This will help you to empathize with others around you. You will move away from your reactive mode into a more responding mode when you deal with the external world. You have transcended the lower ego. So this pain is an inevitable stepping stone. You have to go through it. Whether you surrender to it or whether you resist to it, it is still there. And it is there for a reason. But as long as it is there, you have the scope to evolve. And once you evolve, that same intensity of pain turns into bliss. Thank you.